Jarrah cuts it off. Rivers caught. Maloney buffeted off it. Cameron Ling fighting hard. Trengove kick smothered. Ottens untidy start. Tapscott kick smothered. Jamar dragged down and a high on Bartel. He will have the first shot at goal.
Well, James Frawley's got the job on Tom Hawkins. Jared Rivers is picking up Cam Mooney, and Liam Jarrah started on Jimmy Bartel on the wing, and you'll see him standing the mark now as Bartel has this shot for goal. Not sure how long that's going to last, but the D's trying to get Jarrah up the ground, involved into the game early.
Having an accurate year, Jimmy Bartel, 14 goals, 5. Has agreed to stay at the Cats long term, but the information hasn't been given by the Cats just yet as to how long and the terms. And the Cats are out of the bag early. And a big round of applause for the man they love here. They love most of them. Somehow Corey was free at half forward. Didn't want to go for goal initially, but realised the onus was on him. And the Cats get the first two. Corey missed it completely. Back slap, back to Corey. Manhandled off it. West, Bartel, Selwood, Wachinski. Well worked. Johnson over the shoulder, surely. A little too high, Colin Garland. Play on quickly. And Mooney, you can hear the roar from the crowd. And just his 6th game of the season. He said pre-game he was a little nervous. Nothing nervous about the kick. First 3 to the Cats.
And while all that was
as a mature age rookie, now playing regular senior footy. Game number 8 for him, and a turnover. Varco.
Well, the skills aren't the absolute purest in the business. They're going to come unstuck, and that was just too risky a kick, particularly given the stage of the game.
And directly out. Goal umpire does not move. It's 4 goals to 0.
Well, I reckon Travis Varco.
Selwood again. And great tackle. Did you dispose of that legally? Ottens. Oh. Good tackle on Ling. We got it. Great hands. Selwood. Short pass. Mooney. Hands knocked. Jarrah in defence. Run down again. Steele. Mackie pumps it from 55. Oh, squeezed it in.
Great tackle, Cam Mooney. Look at him go to Cam Mooney here.
That's the 3rd goal of the year for Andrew Mackie, and it was set up in splendid fashion.
Spoiled from Garland, but then the second effort from Mooney, and that's probably what his body hasn't allowed him to do, the second and third efforts. That's desperation, and it's great when you see teammates recognise that and really make a point of saying that's why we love having you in this side.
Geelong. Even a bloke sitting behind Martin Elton at the moment. I think I'd do it though till the end of the quarter, just to maybe stem some of it. Enright
to Corey to Enright. So those two have weaved their way through that zone. Steve Johnson, he blocked and then he marked. He stood his ground, protected the drop zone of the ball, and then a clever mark to Ottens with the kick. He looped that over Frawley's head.
What I have to do is I'm on his back. I've got his cover. He's got one hand. He's just plucked it out of the air. It was like, I don't know what to do.
Brad Ottens, the man Geelong got as part of the Brent Maloney to Melbourne 3-way deal. And what a recruiting masterpiece he's been. Frawley to half forward. West gets back in the hole. He thumped that down to Duncan. Splendid. Selwood can go. Johnson's on his own at half forward.
So is Tom Hawkins.
So Hawkins running to the goal square. Johnson's kick, precision. Hawkins runs on. It's 7 goals to 0.
Plenty of time to make decisions.
Jamar with the flick down, but again, the Cats with the clearance. Kelly to half forward. Johnson, front spot, knocked it down. Bartel gives him some protection, gives him time, and he uses it well. Mooney.
Well, Colin Garland is not the player for Stevie Johnson.
42 points the margin with this kick to come. .48. Goal umpire does a bit of dancing. This could be catastrophic. Off against the Tigers last week to Chapman. Back to Ling. This time he pumps it. Hawkins got hands to it. Off hands. Ottens. Stevie J. Pocket. Mooney.
He's moving well, Cam. Let's hope it continues for the course of the game.
Bends it around. He's back.
Oh, the moon.
He's back big time. Turnover. The Cats had numbers waiting for it. Wachinski. Fumble initially. Melbourne. Caught by Strauss. Dispossessed. Tapscott. Bangs a kick to half forward.
That's a
done. Manhandled. Gets a free. Demons might finally get a goal.
Well, that's the best way to put pressure on Matty Scarlett, is to get a contest, get in front, earn the free kick and kick a goal on him. See, Joel Corey went down behind play, just got a shepherd from nothing in that.
Oh, that's
nothing
a dive. You should get nearly a week for that. Red card in soccer.
And he just grabbed the arms and ripped him to the deck, so hard to argue against that free kick from Matty Scarlett. Must kick, truly.
Toss some grass.
It's a very elaborate run-up.
It's got 20 or 30 metres in it at least. If you can call it a run.
A bit of bouncing in it. And there it is.
Few ball wobbles. Gee, hit it well. Never in doubt. Hallelujah. The Demons are on the board. So good. Duncan gives it back. They keep it alive. Keep it going forward. Splendid tackle laid on Strauss. Selwood tries to pull a free. Bartel off the carpet. And it's a mark to Hawkins.
Surely that was fumbled over the boundary line.
Plays on Stokes. He couldn't grab it. Johnson. He couldn't grab it. They were both wandering around. Stokes in the end. Stokes pokes it. And they get the goal.
I reckon you're right, Jason.
I want to have a look at the Hawkins mark, because didn't he double grab it? And
No
the
doubt.
second grab was over the boundary line. The umpire was right there in perfect spot. You can see the boundary umpire. He turns around.
One.
Where does he take the second grab?
That's a foot and a half.
Hard to pick from that angle. Great work from Joel Selwood getting the ball out and just making something out of nothing. Now this is a good angle. Again, look, it's a tough one. It was the whole ball over the line. The umpire was in perfect position, but then again, how they kept it alive here. Melbourne had some numbers there, couldn't kill the ball, and Stokes gets the goal. That hurts.
Half to go. And even though he's been a great midfielder, you have to take him out of there. I don't care who you try. Just put someone in there with put the head over the ball a bit more.
Problem for Melbourne is he's clearly their best midfielder.
Oh, great grab. Sorry, Jason.
That's a terrific one-handed mark. Hawthorn did their homework on Maloney last week, kept him to 17 possessions. Geelong are working over
Mooney on his own.
And the problem is they don't have
two out of the middle at the centre bounces. They're just getting smashed out of the centre of the ground.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
why
17-8 clearances overall.
Now, Sylvia and Jones are coming off the ground together at the moment. You've got Jarrah coming on.
It's drifting back with the breeze. 4 kicks, 4 goals for Cameron Mooney. Flooded players around the ball. Selwood still gets their takeaway. Melbourne, as they spread quickly with Wachinski. He could load up if he wants to. He heads wide instead to Corey. Thinks about it. Shrugs McKenzie. Back to Wachinski. Runs straight through Strauss. Shoots the handball wide. Stokes. Varco. This is amazing to watch. Duncan from Johnson. It's more than a training drill. It's a game against witches' hats. A fleeting moment perhaps, depending on the Collingwood-Essendon result. Melbourne. High inside 50. Stokes with 3 to beat. He at least competed. Bartel knocked it down. Watts caught by Varco. Dispossessed and holding the ball.
Well, he just didn't know where Varco was on the other side. Well, that's maybe what they need. Some of the leaders, some of the bigger bodies to get in, I don't care. Just maybe start something, get some emotion in their game.
I think it's Newton's law of 67 points. It stands right now. This kick to make it 73. Phenomenal. Well, I mentioned earlier, hitting 30 this year, but looks as sparkling as ever.
60 more possessions.
Yeah, not enough attention to detail for the D's. They're just letting Geelong run loose.
Enright towards Steve Johnson. Off his hands, tackle late on Nicholson. Bartel with the crumb, rolls it towards goal. They've got a 14th.
Well, not not enough detail in how they're playing and a attention to it, as you called, Jason. You are exactly right. And the thing about it is that, you know, sometimes sides you play the zoning and zone off, you know how to help each other, but you get some dumb players or players who don't know what your teammate's doing, you open up space by going to the ball carrier.
There's the return, and have a look at him. He didn't like it at
I hope
all.
he doesn't go for that, but gee, you know who started anyway at the moment.
Johnson, Mooney, Ling, they're waxing possessions to West. He's got to back his man in here, surely.
Yeah, no, but he's back. You don't want to lose your man, Dwayne, with only 6 weeks to go to the finals. Well done, Rick.
West kicks their 15th goal. In the players' race as well as on the field. Howe tries to wrap up Mackie. Stokes to half forward. Kelly to Selwood, doing as they like. Johnson, pocket, one-hander.
Oh, boy.
And over the top with the handball. Mooney kicks another. He's got 5.
Oh, boy.
5 kicks, 5 goals for Cameron Mooney.
What about Stevie Johnson?
He earned the other ones. That was a gimme, but look at Steve Johnson just pushing Jack Watts off, and then that is a beautiful left-handed handball to Cam Mooney in the goal square. He won't get an easy one than that.
I tell you what, I've been happy with Jack Watts' use of his body this year more than any time in his career. But Stevie J just made him look like a kid who's come back out of that schoolyard. It was just amazing. Too easy.
That wasn't an easy handball.
You want to re-ask the question about the win?
Well, they could be leading by 100 points at half-time. To the top of the square. Plenty of numbers down there.
Oh,
Steve
no.
Johnson and Hawkins.
You cannot
They
diss.
lead by 96. Fresh man on. Goes to Kelly instead. They are a high rotation team, the Cats.
Oh, look, but there's so many
Melbourne.
players running around on their own.
Selwood, he could go for goal. Unselfishly pokes it to Johnson. And wins a free for in the back.
I reckon he took that a little bit too easily.
Yeah.
Steve Johnson got the free kick in the end. But
So right now they've got 10 separate goal kickers, Geelong. Steve Johnson's still not one of them.
Well, yeah.
He is now 11 goal kickers, 18 goals. And they lead by over 100 in the shadows of half-time.
Geelong 71%, Melbourne 46%.
Chapman a torpedo. Johnson from 3 deep can't take the mark. Stokes, quick fire handball. Johnson kept his feet, pops it up. Varco,
They're queuing up.
Stokes, no one in the goal square, runs in and kicks number 19 for the half. Alton's back on, he's free. Enright haven't seen him yet. Loops it up in the air. Milburn saw him, tapped it straight to him. Here they go again. 1 minute left. 19 goals on the board. Can they get a 20th? Johnson up forward. Chapman up forward. Spins it around the body. Johnson should mark it.
Oh, no.
Got a loose player in Selwood. Says no, I'll have the shot.
Oh, here he goes. Oh, that's horrible on the mark. That is horrible.
A 20-goal half for the record-breaking Cats. And stolen back. Tapscott. So one error, and it almost cost them. They rip it back again. Half-time at Skilled Stadium. Listen to the crowd. The crowd here standing up as one. They are watching history. A record-breaking first half for their Cats. They lead by 114 points. 20 goals for the half. 24-124 to Melbourne. 1-4-10. We'll be back to talk 27 points. They're not far from that right now at 114.
You asked
And a
about,
few other records in the offing as well.
sorry, Dwayne, you asked about the sub. Well, Maloney needs something to give him a lift in the second half because he's the sub.
Okay, Johnson to Chapman. That is an angry chappie at the moment. Centering kick. Hawkins. Easy goal to start the second half. 120 the margin. Geelong seniors lead by 20. Free kick out of the middle. Finally a takeaway. Trengove, McKenzie, the handball specialist, to Jones. Runs to 60, puts it up for bait. Fresh man on. Gets back. As a goal kicker as a kid, his hero, he was a Hawthorn fan, kicked many goals, 1,254 to be exact. Jason Dunstall. And he puts it through. The second goal of the game for Melbourne.
Some penalties this year, though, hasn't he, in the AFL? There's been as many lopsided games as I can remember.
West. Good 50-metre launch. Ottens is down there. And Stokes stayed down. And it carried the pack. And here's a sharpshooter, Matthew Stokes. Doesn't let you off when he gets a shot. 21 goals, 9 for the year. Never in doubt. The crowd here, the home crowd, who are hoping for a big win. Stunned by this contest right now, if you can call it that. Wachinski lost it. Sylvia to the hot spot. Bake down there. Knocked straight down to Howe. And Howe kicks their third.
Fans dressing up for the occasion. I reckon one will have a bigger smile going home than the other.
Melbourne fan had some teeth on him.
They won't be showing them much in this second half unless they kick out a lot of goals.
More worried about the teeth that weren't there, Pickers.
Christensen to Johnson.
That's a beautiful kick.
And he thought about playing on.
Good for Garland. Again, I said that matchup hasn't suited all day, so Colin Garland got his hands full.
Back in this week, didn't play last weekend. Boy, does he look fresh. 20-goal lead.
It's a huge rest to actually race it behind. It's when you're not under pressure that you are not entitled to
look at
race.
the kicking.
Turnover from the kick-in. Selwood thought about having a shot. Christensen. He's been in spectacular form. And he gets his first of the afternoon.
And becomes the 12th goal kicker for the Cats. And that might be another record that they chase in the second half. The most number of individual goal kickers in the team. And there are our two dress-ups. One's waving the flag and one's saying, do you have to keep doing that? Very ordinary kicker. Not only did it put his teammate under pressure, but he was 1 against 3 when the ball hit the deck.
If he did win the NAB Rising Star this year, and he's up against it because he was nominated so late, but he would be the latest nomination to have won it.
You have a couple of handy competitors, I think, because we're saying that's a continuation of the player management process as well. You watch Trent West will do an enormous amount of the ruck work in the second half now, and I reckon Brad Ottens will just be used sparingly and kept as fresh as possible.
Kismet's hacked it forward, and the mark's taken by Trengove.
Yeah, they've got 4 different youngsters who have had experience.
Straight through the middle. And they're putting on a better performance in this second half. Little slip gone. Wachinski got the arms free. Jura, Trengove, Marek. Spears that. Done.
Chappie was upset with him, just saying no one has a moustache like that these days. He was just upset with that.
From directly out for the 5th goal of the game. He gets onto it. It's all the way. Watts feeds it to Trengove from 50, just goes for the square. Bate got a hand on it. Bartel, well, he kept that in. That is amazing. To take the game on in those circumstances.
Why would you do it?
That's a team under no pressure.
No pressure at all.
Just wanting to do what they want.
Wachinski, he just runs away from them with speed. He might be 30 years of age. Hasn't lost any of it. Kelly to Ling. Varco's on the move. Set up beautifully. Might go all the way himself. Runs inside 50. Unselfishly. Johnson. Another training drill.
Well, James Bartel in the back pocket, where any other side of the coach of any other team would be thinking, take it over the boundary line and we'll have a throw-in. He's kept the ball alive.
Yeah, and there was a genuine urgency between him and Enright also kept it in. And then they opened up the corridor, and I wasn't sure whether Steve Johnson needed to kick a banana, though, Shoring, when he eventually gets on the end of it. He could have waltzed in and kicked a drop punt. He actually runs a little bit across the goals to angle it over for the banana.
Why are you surprised?
Yes.
It's Stevie J.
Shouldn't he?
And now they can run. No one comes out. Stokes. Scarlett. A mongrel to half forward. It might work. Hawkins gives it wide. Duncan kicks smothered. Goes back. Gets it again. Has the shot. And kicks it. And that stretches the margin to 130 points. Their biggest ever win over Melbourne. Geelong is 127, and they're on track right now for a thumping, the biggest thumping ever at the hands of the Cats.
When you're having a dirty day.
Oh,
it was a great smother for McKenzie, but then the ball bounces back straight into the hands of the Duncan, who then snaps a goal.
Well, he's done everything right, hasn't he?
He doesn't look too happy.
Oh,
he's
never happy, Bum.
He's an ex-Demon. He's an ex-Melbourne coach. He doesn't look like what he's looking at. Steve Johnson runs to 50, launches for number 5.
Garland thinks he touched it. I think Garland touched that. He can't believe it, Colin Garland. He had gone to pick out another ball to kick out for the behind.
He was quick.
He was.
They can't overturn it unless one of the umpires saw it decisively touched.
Let's have a look on replay. And just watch Colin Garland after he touches it. He then goes to the bag to get another footy out. He thinks he touched it. He runs straight out of sight to the bag of balls to get one for the kick out.
Tell you what, West
Does
thought
he
it was a
touch
goal.
it? Does he touch it?
Oh, he
Certainly
did,
looks
yeah,
like
a
it.
little knuckle.
Looks like he got the fist to it, and he's clearly in front. He runs over to get another ball.
For the time, Selwood caught high. Hands off to Christensen. Johnson on the march. So too Mooney. Buffeted. Down
well
to 20
done.
seconds. Christensen back inside. Johnson, who can smell another one. Unselfishly to Corey. Unselfishly to Varco. Time to steady. Number 28.
Tell you what, just watch Cam Mooney here, boys.
Similar day. And he might be wearing the unlucky number 13, but he's lucky to have his life. Great to see him out there still. Johnson, Stokes, Ling, time to spend it. Spends it well.
Another goal kicker, Jace.
That's 13. They're up to 13. I was about to say that a moment ago, but he hit the post.
Back to Strauss. Centering kick, and Jara, a little slip, but then he was on his own and maybe within range.
Kick back.
Uncertain. Heads to Watts, and that's a great pluck. In his face. I'll take anything they can get. Hangs it out to the right, peels it back. That was a work of art. Across the face of goal, Varco. And he's got the spare man Enright who can get and go.
Oh, there are loose players everywhere.
Coming off the bench, Cameron Ling. Fresh on. They can have a raffle. Ling. Duncan. And he centres the ball to Corey.
Well, if they didn't kick it to Corey, they could have kicked it to Hawkins, who still has no one on him. Their forwards outnumbered Melbourne's defenders in the attacking 50, and that's an extraordinary scenario.
And you know what? You can take it all the way back to Scarlett, who refused not only to get outmarked, but also then to strip the ball from his opponent and set up some run.
So Geelong's highest ever win over Melbourne was 127 points. They now lead by 150. And is marking down the record in the record.
Well done to Nicholson to get this stop play here. They'll be dangerous. Look out for Johnson or Chapman. Normally get 3 on these.
Ottens, perfect palm down. Corey,
Look at
Selwood bends it back. They've got 31.
And another goal kick.
Oh, they haven't got enough part on the list to put them in.
14 goal kickers now for Geelong. Harry Taylor's been subbed off, so he won't be kicking one. James Kelly hasn't kicked one. Tom Lonergan, another defender, hasn't kicked one. Matty Scarlett, another defender, hasn't kicked. Paul Chapman hasn't kicked one today.
Oh.
Corey Enright, Wojcinski and Milburn, the others that haven't kicked goals. So there are potentials from all goal kickers today for the Cats.
We just saw then on the replay how reactive the Melbourne defenders and she doesn't want to rage quit, but I think she might have watching this, Dwayne, at 84.
It's going to be a late finish. So many goals scored. It's getting dark here at Skill. West, but bright stars everywhere for Geelong. Short pass. Hawkins this time.
Who's handball was
The history of this great club, and they did play many early games against Melbourne and against all teams at Corio Oval, which is down the road from here, not at this particular Cardinia Park precinct, is 35 goals, the most they've kicked here at Skill. This for number 32. Geez, hit that well.
Oh.
That's out of here. Hands it off to Melbourne. Still running hard. West.
He's been okay too.
Sells a dummy. Bartel, Melbourne, look away kick, Enright, lost it. Gisberts, surely they've got open players on the rebound. Trengove, Jara. He can go for goal or go for penalty. He goes for goal from beautiful. 50. That's the highlight of their day. Chance to get it here. Kelly, Varco, Chinsky,
Look at that man.
Corey, Selwood. All 18 might get a touch here. Enright, Varco, look out! Straight down the middle. Stokes is screaming for it. Uses the body, back of the pack. Johnson wandering around. He wanted it most. Hands it over. Go West, young man.
Well, as good a handball chain you will see. If you're talking about rebound football from the defensive area of the ground, this was as good as gets. Selwood was the one to get it out in the open. And then Varco nearly got tackled here, but that leg speed, that's what you want to see. I think he's, like I said, he's been a little bit flat this year, mainly due for an injury in pre-season and the unselfishness of Stevie Johnson. Finished off by Trent West, who I think's been very good, especially in his tap work in the centre bounce.
33 goals right now. Still on record pace. 162 points the margin. It'll be the biggest victory by margin of all time at this ground for the Cats, and they've got more in store. Corey out wide. Duncan over the top. Johnson, he can smell another. Back to Duncan. Weaves his magic. 34 goals.
On the TV. You're doing a great job calling, because it's very difficult to distinguish who the players are out there.
I'm happy to take over if you can't see him, Dino. I'm always fancy myself as a caller.
Varco. Steve Johnson's on his own. This for goal number 35. As we speak, a ton of time left for this record to be broken.
Stevie J.
Doesn't get any better than that. They've got 35 goals and the all-time record is 37.
And they've got 8 minutes to do it in Duano.
174 points the margin. The highest ever is 190. They could blow that one away as well.
Here they go again.
Duncan in a 1-2 with Selwood. Inside 50 to Johnson, free.
Who's playing on this one?
Luke Tapscott, unfortunately, he's just getting caught.
Go sideways.
He's a bit too smart. Look at this.
Oh, you cannot do that.
Leisurely kick. And he squeezed it in. No way.
You cannot do that. That is not on Stevie J.
Off one step.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
An arrogant air about it, wasn't it?
Oh, no. Matter of fact, in the end, I thought, well, this is overplaying it, but look at the clearance work. Just numbers of the ball. Selwood's been just brilliant today. And Stevie J just moving laterally. They cannot go. And here, that is 45 metres out.
41 possessions for Joel Selwood. And now 33 possessions and 7 goals for Steve Johnson.
He kicked 7 earlier this year. That's his biggest ever haul. Equalled.
Good loose player. Tom Hawkins is all on his own.
And this is to equal the all-time record of goals in a game.
Still on his own, Hawkins. He's been standing there for the best part of a minute. All on his own.
I'm telling you, you can't see
him. He's in the dark. No one saw him.
He's in the dark pocket.
This is to equal the goals record of 37 in a game.
I tell you what, the Cats will be used to this because they would have trained it sometimes at night and know what the lights are. Melbourne, this is unbelievable sight here. This is night footy.
A hush.
Oh, he's done it.
He might be oblivious to it. but the crowd know they've kicked 37 goals. They have equalled the all-time goals record in a game, and we've got 2.5 minutes left. Almost stumbles, needs a chest, a wobbler inside 50. Horrendous kick to gather for all he does. To Green, to Sylvia, down to 1 minute and 20. Bartel, fantastic contest. Mackie sides his way through. A mark, they get one on 50. Selwood, he's got the short if he wants it. Can they get a 38th goal? He lines up from 50. He sends a bomb, top of the square. A free kick or a goal. Off hands, behind. And we're down to 53 seconds.
1 goal now to tie the all-time high score.
It will still be Melbourne's biggest ever defeat by the Cats. Almost a turnover. Still a chance. 16 seconds left. A tie.
He's gone.
Is he gone?
No.
10 seconds. Can they get a goal in the last 10 seconds? The lights just went out on the stand.
In their history of the game is 37 goals, 17. They have 37 goals, 11 right now.
They turned the lights out, Wayne.
The flick down. Kick smothered. They get it inside 50. Green comes hard. Gives it up to Watts. They should take the remaining seconds off. The crowd goes up as one. They have seen history in a couple of forms. This is Geelong's highest ever score at Skilled Stadium. It has been a feast like we have never seen before here, and it could be the last supper for Melbourne. 37 goals, 11, 233 to 7 goals, 5, 47. Geelong's highest ever score at Skilled, and their biggest ever win over Melbourne. 186 points. Let's go downstairs. Liam Pickering.
Well, Stevie, were you aware that the record was on offer there in the last quarter?
Only when I come to the bench, it's about 30 seconds to go. So, we had a fair crack at it. So
You certainly did. You equalled the amount of goals, the most goals in a game. Wonderful performance by the team.
yeah, everything seemed to go right today, and our confidence grew as we pressured them and scored goals on the back of that, and I guess they lost a bit of their confidence.
The pressure was the key today, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, well, we talked about a 4-quarter effort, I think, against Richmond. We had a great first half last week, and Scotty just mentioned half-time. We've got to be able to, take good form in for 4 quarters, so we did that, and I think you'll be pretty happy.
I think you'd be very happy. 7 goals for yourself, really good to hit some form.
Yeah, it was nice to kick a few goals, and I think everyone did, so... yeah.
How'd you go in the last quarter, mate? Could you actually see your teammates?
Could I see them?
Well, it was pretty dark.
Oh, yeah, the lights went off. I think it was actually a bit better when they went off, but yeah, we seemed to find each other all right.
Well done, mate. Enjoy a great win.
No worries, thanks, people.
28 victories in a row now at Skilled Stadium for the Cats. Once again, unbeatable at their fortress. An amazing performance.